This podcast provides a platform that will share many different points of views that should empower you, uplift you, make you want to go out and do right. When you hear the term still a man, say, yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Let's go.
People, welcome to another episode of the Still a Man podcast. Well, it's a hot night and we got a hot topic. Well, let's talk about what everybody's talking about, including what the president don't want to talk about. We are talking about the Epstein Files. All right. Now, let me just give you a little backstory real quick. So, since 2019, I believe this has been an issue and stuff like that, or even we go back to 2016, president said that this was a priority, whereas the Epstein Files was concerned. Epstein was he was arrested and put in jail in 2019. Supposedly he committed suicide. Then 2021. His assistant slash lover slash mate slash girlfriend slash co-defendant how do you pronounce
it? Handler.
Yep, handler Ghislaine Maxwell. She was indicted and sentenced for 20 years due to her participation in sex trafficking, child sex trafficking. All right, so we're gonna uncover this. I mean, everybody's talking about it, so you know, the tea is nice and warm. Everybody can sip on it, and some of y'all might just want to pick your teacup and throw it up against the wall, or maybe you might want to add something to it because it's hard to consume. But we're gonna get into it. All right. Let's go to the first question, ladies and gentlemen. All right, and let me go ahead and put a disclaimer up here before we even get started. The comments of the panel members are their comments, their perspectives. They no way reflect the views of the platform. This is an open forum. People can say what they want, but just know whatever you say, there is going to be a rebuttal. So if you make if you take a stance, just stand on that. But get ready for the feedback. It's gonna be positive or it's gonna be negative. Let's not try to make anybody feel uncomfortable. This is a judge-free environment. All right, that being said, let's go ahead and get started. And some of y'all, and I've been told, so I try to reorganize these questions this week. So I try to get y'all the good ones in the beginning because some of us can be long-winded. But everybody pace yourself. You don't need to give everything you know within the first question. Just listen to the question and answer the question that's being asked. And if there's time after everybody answers said question, then you can give a rebuttal. And I usually ask if anybody has a rebuttal. And again, let's respect your fellow panel members. Give everybody their time. All right? Let's be brief, but let's be brilliant. All right, here we go. Question number 1. For years, President Trump, Attorney General Pam Bondi, and FBI leaders have repeatedly stated that they would release the Epstein Files to the public. So why is the president's DOJ, Department of Justice, now declining to do so? So basically, they said they was going to do it, and now his henchmen are saying otherwise. Max, I'm going to give you the first shot at that. Question.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, he was a friend of Donald. Yeah, I'm gonna. Thank you for calling, Mrs. Maxine.
What, you got another call or something? Hold on, guys. I think someone called to us. Was the All right, Max? We're gonna come right back to you. Patsy, same question.
Oh, what was the question again? I'm sorry.
No worries, no worries. So again, for years, Donald Trump, Pam Bondi, and the FBI leaders said that they would release these Epstein files to the public. Now, the DOJ is saying otherwise, that they're declining to do so. How do you feel about that?
They were a bunch of idiots. Trying to protect the president from any further harm, but the more they try to protect him, the more he's taking crap on the Oval Office and does some stupid ass crazy mess out there. You know, every time you turn around, he's coming out his mouth with some stupid stuff. You know, so I don't know. Let it all out and let the shit hit the fan, as you were saying. That way, all they got to do is like give a rebuttal about what was going on and be on like they always do. Decline the answer.
Okay. All right,
So that's my opinion.
all right. Well said, well said. Max, are you back? Max? Okay, she must have stepped away. All right. Duchess, what's your views on this? They said they was going to release it to the public, and now they're declining to do so. What's the reason for doing so?
He's always lied to his base. He just used them to surf his ass into office as that being that they care about kids and pedophiles or whatever. I don't believe it. He's a liar, and I would not be surprised if his name is woven through there like a nice yarned sweater.
All right. Tanya, what do you say?
Well, he ran on this whole Epstein situation, saying that he was going to drain the swamp of all the Democratic pedophiles. But now that he ran on it, his right wing media on the podcasters elevated it, and he told them that's what he was gonna get. But like Kiana said, he always lies to his base, and now they're looking at him suspect because they're doing everything that they can not to release it.
Huh? All right, let's get the gentleman's point of view, and if Max comes back on, I'll spin the block and I'll hit her with the question again. Who am I gonna go to first? Gregory, I know you're waiting. Gregory, let's hit you. So the president's been saying for years and his cohorts that he would release the Jeffrey Epstein files, but now his DOJ is saying otherwise. How do you feel about that?
I'm just gonna quote a little bit of what he said in his last speech. Um, he has advocated for the release of the files, and the FBI doesn't want to release them. And it's up to the DOJ to make the FBI release them, and it's out of his hands right now. So anything other than that, he's been saying he's not in these files. And the Democrats had these files 4 years ago when the guy went to jail. And it's just ironic that now that they want to see his names in the files and put out all these little pictures and stuff, they want to talk about the Epstein files so bad. It's funny.
Robert, what do you say? Gotta turn your mic on.
Sorry. The question is, why is it taking so long? Why they prolonging?
Yeah.
My answer would be simple, because Donald Trump is trying to find some way to wash all of his relations out of the files that he had with Epstein. So he was friends with him for a long time. There's a lot of stuff they got to go through to wipe out the conversations, activities, and all of that. And if they don't black it out, they got to make it sound like Epstein was still talking, or this was the style, his lifestyle. When you read this damn files, it got to make sense. So it's gonna take them some time. If that's my belief.
Bert, what do you say?
I don't think they want to know what's on those files. That's why they ain't came out. There's a lot of people going to show up on this, and that's going to damage a lot of stuff going on in our nation. So guess what? It's going to get lost somehow.
Okay. Sean, the president said for years that he would release these files to the public, but now his DOJ is saying otherwise. What's your perspective?
Is twofold for me. One, he doesn't want them released because of different names that may pop up that he doesn't want to put out there just yet, and to keep this quiet, or to block the Epstein files from opening up, is just a distraction from the other stuff that's going on, that's going on in the world, that he's trying to keep our attention from. This is just a distraction. Epstein Files ain't about nothing in the first place, in my opinion.
I agree. Max, are you still with us? You gotta turn your mic on. Okay, we might have lost Max. All right, does anybody have any rebuttal?
I have a rebuttal.
Okay.
Epstein first case was brought against him under the Bush administration. Yep. And then he was put on trial under the Trump administration. So if there was anything to the Epstein files that he claimed that was full of Democrats, he would have released it then. And he's been knowing since May that he is in the files. So they've been trying to do this cover up since May to keep the Epstein files from being released, because Trump is all up in there.
Thank you. And to say that it's not nothing in there, that's what they would like you people to believe. There's proof that they're saying, and they're showing videos and clips of this. Yeah, he'll say it's all made up, AI and all that, but it isn't. The dude's brother's talking now. He knows everything.
Just answer the question.
I just believe that it's full of crap. There's the doggone files, and the FBI and the people that's holding it, they read them already. They seen what Trump done got caught up in.
And I want to say my rebuttal to that is,
Mm-hmm.
if that's the case, why didn't the Democrats release these files when they had them in their hands before Trump won the election again?
Here's my rebuttal to that. Here's my answer to your question. The Democrats didn't care nothing about that. Donald Trump brought this stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
It only came up when he started saying that he was going to start releasing all these different files.
So y'all don't think
he's the one that brought all this up. The Democrats wasn't even thinking nothing about no, because you got to understand the Democrats, and this is my personal opinion, they're soft and they like to play by the rules, if you will.
Mhm.
And so this
Correct.
wasn't benefit. And when I say something about like, I don't think there's anything in it. There's nothing in it that the public that really care about what's going on in the world cares about what's in those files. That's what I mean
Right.
by that. That ain't nothing in those files going to do anything that's going to benefit how we're living or how we need to survive in this world.
The
And
only
part of the
Uh-huh.
Hold on.
And can I also say that a lot of the pictures and videos that they have are from the 70s and 80s of Trump and Epstein hanging out, partying together. And more than likely, if Epstein was doing some dirt and some pedophiling, so wasn't Trump, because Trump and Epstein were buddy buddy back in the 70s and 80s.
The
So
90s.
whatever one was doing,
Mhm.
the other was doing. So
Mhm.
So my thing is, when the guy first went to trial, the FBI used Donald Trump to help them get the guy arrested. And then after that, if the Democrats, the stuff they said about this guy, and they knew he was in these files supposedly, why wasn't they saying that then? That doesn't make any type of sense. They was
because they
talking
were
about grabbing him
living,
by the pussy, him raping some other little girl or something, and
And
Because
some
he
of them
was
they
were,
so happen to
insignificant.
leave out that the guy that's going down for some type of crazy sex trafficking ring, Donald Trump's in the files too. And they have the documents in their hand. That just sounds
Again,
crazy.
again,
yes,
it sounds crazy because you're not listening to what we're saying. The Democrats didn't care anything about any of that stuff. None of this Epstein stuff was an issue until Donald Trump said something.
I
But Don,
would believe that if they wasn't talking about grab him by the pussy and all that other stuff that happened before.
Donald Trump is manipulative. So
What?
what he did was he told you about these files because he knew the people are stupid. That's the way he thinks. And I
He
could
got
sit here,
immunity.
implicate myself, tell them about these files. They'll just think it's some bullshit. They ain't gonna believe it and they ain't gonna do nothing about it. But if I bring it up, I'm hoping that they don't mess with it because my name's all in it. So this is the
Nope.
way to say I brought it up. They won't think that I'm in there because I'm the one that said, let's find out about it. He's
I'm gonna
playing
go
on
way.
you.
I'm gonna go way out on
because
a
his
limb, and I know we're getting off subject, D, but I'm gonna go way out on a limb here with something that uh, Robert just said. That I've always given Donald Trump major credit for being the manipulator and the
Mm-hmm.
mastermind that he is. And what I think might have played out is Donald knows that in this presidency, he's doing all the things that he says he wants to do. And
Mhm.
so what he's going to do to keep us occupied with foolishness, this is just a ploy of him, like, you know what? It's the same way of him keeping everybody tied up in court type stuff. That's all this is, to keep us distracted from the major laws and things that are getting passed that we're not paying attention to.
Mhm. Pause for a minute. Let me give y'all a fun fact. So I want to correct something too. So Epstein, back in 2005, he was accused of molesting an underage girl
Yep,
in his home in
twice.
Florida. Then later was indicted for said crime in 2006. Later, 2008, he was sentenced to a 1 year prison term in which they let him out early. For whatever reason, that's what they did. All right, so that happened. First offense, recorded offense, because where there's smoke, there's usually fire. Um, that individual, that happened under the Bush. I believe that was Junior, uh,
yeah.
as president. So that's what happened then. All right, hold tight.
Oh,
David,
wait, David, let me add to that fun fact. It's that the attorney general
Mhm.
who prosecuted gave him that sweetheart deal was from Florida.
Biggest.
And then he, in turn, when Trump was elected as president in 2016, put him in his administration. I forget what role he played, but he gave him a job in his administration. And Pam Bondi was she was the lawyer, I think the lawyer at that time in Florida too.
Okay.
So that's their prior connection with this case.
Okay. Everybody pause for a moment. Timmy, I just seen you joined us. Did Max, did you come back?
Yeah, I wanted to answer the question.
Okay, that's what I thought. So I wanted to give you a chance and Timmy a chance before we move on. Everybody else, you had a chance to respond and rebuttal. Max, so the question is, for years, Donald Trump, Pam Bondi, and FBI leaders repeatedly stated that they would release the Epstein Files to the public. But now, Donald Trump's DOJ is saying otherwise. Why do you think that is?
And Donald Trump's trying to pretend like he's not down with that. But they don't want to release it because Donald Trump is in it. Donald Trump, remember when Donald Trump was being charged with S.A. on a minor?
Mm-hmm.
It was at an Epstein party.
Him. Oh.
It was with Epstein at a party. I think it was at Epstein's mansion.
It was.
Yeah, it was at Epstein's mansion. So I don't know who said, I think it was Robert or Sean. Donald Trump is good at playing the stupid ass followers that he has.
Mm-hmm.
He puts shit out there in opposite land, and then they say, oh, he wouldn't do it because why would he bring it up if he didn't?
Thank you.
They're stupid. He blows out all kinds of smoke screens to take the focus off what's really going on.
All right.
He talks all kinds of crazy, stupid shit. Just babbling on about nothing to throw them off.
Every accusation is a confession.
Mm-hmm. Timmy?
And
hold on.
Yeah, but the reason why he would, I don't really think, I really believe Epstein was murdered. I believe Donald Trump had a lot to do with it because he was the main person that was being indicted for being with him and doing something at his home. Mm-hmm. And as far as the Democrats, some of them were with him. Oprah hung out with him. There was a lot of people that knew what he was doing and that was around him and that could have been handlers for him. And I'm not saying Oprah was a handler, but she sure was around him. And that's not the only pervert that she used to hang around with. Mm-hmm. But it could be because, a lot of those perverts are rich perverts and she's rich too.
Mm-hmm. Most of those perverts support the Democrats.
Yeah, and those perverts also support the Democrats. And some of those perverts are Democrats. So, as well as Republicans. Like, I don't think politics has anything to do with perversion.
Right.
But, if you don't have any morals, you don't have any morals. It doesn't matter what side you're on. So, that's why Donald Trump is just playing both ends against the middle like he always damn does. And pretending like he wants to be transparent. The transparency is not what he wants.
Nope.
So everybody pause. Timmy, 60 seconds, Timmy. So Donald Trump and his henchmen said that they was going to release the files. They still haven't done so. Why do you think that is?
Because they don't want the truth to be out, and Max hit it on the nail with that, what she said, and because he was already warned and told, well, not warned, but he was told that he was all on there. So because he know he's in power and he got that Pam Bondi trick in his pocket, then he can, make stuff disappear. With most people that got money, that's what they try to do. Get rid of stuff that is proof that they done something, but they always seem to backfire because, like the old saying goes, what's in the dark always come to the light.
Huh? All right, everybody pause for a minute. We're gonna go on to question number 2. And let me just give y'all some this doesn't require rebuttal, so I just want to be clear about something. So according to research, they said that Trump and Epstein frequent the same type of parties and social circles in the 90s. So it was in the 90s. So let's just be clear about that. All right, we're gonna go on to question number 2. Max, you alluded to this in your first answer, so we're gonna go ahead and cover this too. Did Jeffrey Epstein really commit suicide, or was he the victim of a well orchestrated homicide? 60 seconds or less. Max, we're gonna go to you first. You can elaborate on what you started saying. Turn your mic on, Max.
No, I was just pausing for a second so the phone won't ring while I'm talking.
Yep.
I'm almost off work. 10 minutes.
I
I believe he was murdered because I was like, why would he? He had been in jail for a little while before he actually turned up dead. I think if he was the type of person that was desperate enough to kill himself, he would have done it from the very beginning. And I also believe, around the time he was murdered was around the time when that girl who anonymously charged Trump with essaying her at Epstein's mansion. So it was the timing. And somehow she went away, but Stormy Daniels wouldn't go away. And Stormy Daniels wasn't anonymous. They couldn't get rid of her.
Nope.
But I think it was like 2 other young girls that were trying to get Trump indicted, and somehow they disappeared. That went away.
Okay.
And it especially went away after Epstein so-called killed himself.
Right.
Didn't somebody try to kill his partner, or something happened with her too in jail?
I'm not sure. Someone fact check that.
Try to kill her, or some kind of attempted suicide or something.
Someone fact check that, and if we can get it before we finish recording.
Because I could have sworn something happened to her, and that's what really made me feel like Epstein was murdered. And it's just the shady circumstances around it.
Bert, what do you say? Did Epstein really commit suicide, or was he a victim of homicide?
I think he was killed, and it was, like you said, an elaborate situation. And again, they've been having sex with these children back in the 90s and the 80s, and they're still doing it now. You go to Thailand, you go to some of these countries where it ain't a problem. That's where they've been going back then, but they're starting to bring it down this way now. So he got killed because he knows too much. He got too much. I'm surprised Diddy's still alive. There's a lot of information about a lot of powerful people that they just can't let come out, and it's not going to come out.
Tanya, same
Yeah.
question.
I think that he was murdered. His brother said so. The autopsy report that they put out, he had his own individual person sit in on it, and he said that the findings that they was coming up with was consistent with homicide as opposed to suicide. He had broken bones in his neck that was cohesive to somebody
Strangulation.
choking his neck. So yeah, I think he was murdered.
Okay. Sean, what's your perspective?
Yes, he was silenced. He was silenced and was meant to keep quiet because he went away with no problem, and they knew he would have started singing with no problem.
Okay. Duchess, what's your perspective? Did Epstein commit suicide, or was he the victim of a homicide?
I don't believe that he committed um, suicide. I believe it was a homicide. And I just wanted to make a little correction on what Tanya said. Pam Bondi was the Attorney General for the state of Florida during that time.
Okay. You got more? All
No,
right. Robert, what's your perspective?
Yeah, I think it was foul play. That's my answer.
Okay. Patsy, how about you?
Pretty much foul play because there's two things people in jail that commit all the kind of criminal acts. They don't like when you mess with the elderly or children. And Epstein definitely was messing around with children, you know. So even the gods will let somebody mess you up if you came in as a pedophile and was charged and convicted as a pedophile. I don't know. The shit went down like that, you know?
Gregory, what's your perspective?
I think the truth of the matter is this is bigger than anybody's really actually thinking it is. This man is not even dead from all the things that are going around. Y'all think that this man died in prison? No, he faked his death. He's a very important person. He meets with Mother Teresa. He meets with the Pope. He meets with Dr. Fauci. He meets with Oprah, Bill Clinton, all the Obamas. It's crazy. So it's like, do you really think that this guy died in prison with all the information he has on everybody to actually?
He didn't die. He was killed.
Do you think that that's what I'm saying? Do you think that he met his demise in prison? Really? You didn't see the body. And then when they do, you have experts do like pictures on the autopsy. His ears look different. His nose looks different. The person that came out to go in the body bag doesn't look like the person that went in. So it's crazy when you start to get into this rabbit hole and realize this Epstein dude is a little deeper than we thought. Even to the fact where at the beginning of Walt Disney, one of Walt Disney's movies, he was talking about taking little boys to Lover's Island and making sure that they never become men and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? So it's a little deeper than what you're thinking. Trump is ordained to do. He's ordained to fuck up this government. He's doing the right thing.
Okay. Timmy, what's your perspective?
Oh,
You gotta turn your mic on, Tim. All right.
oh,
Mm.
yeah. Now, what you saying about the what?
So did Jeffrey Epstein commit suicide, or was he a victim of homicide?
I'm gonna go with Patrick says. He he went to jail because you go to jail and they find out, and the guys probably leaked it, but he's also a powerful man, so you know anything is possible. But they definitely identified that that was him. It was him that they had dental work and all that stuff on him and DNA, so there was no instinct that that was him.
Um, Let me say this before we go on to the next one. So usually I don't read in and buy in, feed into these conspiracies, but I'm inclined to agree with Gregory in this situation because there was mutterings that he may have been a member of the Central Intelligence Agency,
He
CIA.
is.
All
There's
right,
no.
let me finish
That's
this.
for real.
Let me finish. So there was rumors of that, right? Also, there are also reports out there where there's conflict of reports where they're saying that there's a minute missing from the so-called recording of that night. So anywhere from 11:58 to 12 a.m.
Yes, sir.
So and when the public first requested said recording, they said that it didn't the camera wasn't working in that area or it doesn't record it. Then when
Yes, sir.
and they said it was raw footage, then it came from the very camera that the brother asked for, and they said that was raw footage. So again, something is filed. Something they're not being honest, and I don't trust
A
none of
cover up.
them. Anyways, I don't trust none of them. I believe this man. If they did not smuggle this man out of America, then they murdered him because he knew where
Oh,
all
he
the
dead.
bodies
He
were
dead for
buried and
sure.
stuff. So that's that. But hold on, let's go on.
Not just that, Uncle D. There's people that are actually saying that they seen the guy. There's photos and some more stuff.
Well,
People
you
that
know,
look
That's
exactly like him.
lookalikes,
Gee,
Gregory.
you know, there's still people running around here
They,
saying
look,
they've seen Elvis too, though.
no, there's
Right.
look, even with Elvis, there's
Yeah,
a
I
movie
I
called, I
seen
told
two
you
about
guys
the
this. There's a
other
movie
day.
called The Devil's Double about Saddam Hussein and how
Mhm.
this is
Yeah,
a real documented movie about him
yeah.
having a double.
Tupac was
So
up
then when you
there in the
seen him get
square.
hung by Bush, did he really get hung by Bush or did his double get hung by Bush? You get what I'm saying? So this stuff is real. It's not, this isn't no fake stuff. There was two Hillary Clintons, two Joe Bidens. You got to look into it.
All
And
right,
there was two Bin Ladens and two goddamn Epsteins too.
all right. We're gonna go on to question number three because I don't want to get off track. All right. Question number three. According to President Trump, the supposed Jeffrey Epstein client list does not exist. He claims that both the Obama and Biden, excuse me,
Bullshit.
Obama and Biden administration orchestrated said speculation. So Trump says the list don't exist. He said this is something that the Democrats, basically the former administration, made up. Let's go to Max. Max, what do you say? 60 seconds?
Straight bullshit.
Yeah,
According to him, it's the Obama and the Biden administration that did everything.
it's
That's just
everybody
another one
else.
of his stupid ass lies.
It's everybody else but him.
Yeah. Yeah, Biden did this and Biden did that. Yeah. But Biden really didn't do shit. And a lot of things that he brought up that he blamed on them were didn't have shit to do with them. It was before. Remember, he blamed them for the war in Iraq, and that was during Bush Jr.'s presidency.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
And
because
to
they're
go to
cousins.
Yeah, blame them for the Revolutionary War. That's just his fault. His go-to phrase.
that's that frontal
He's full of
dementia.
shit.
That's that frontal dementia he got.
Timmy,
Yeah,
same
that's his
question.
dementia.
Same question, Tim.
Well, I do think he's trying to cover up. Now, look at the he said he can stop the Russian war, right? Why is he giving Putin extra time, hoping that Putin wins the war? But little did he know Ukraine is doing business with the other countries.
But I,
So what I'm saying is he keep on yelling Russia, 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 and it was a hoax. But you were giving him 40 something, 60 something, 61 days to do what he can to take over. And after that, he's gonna call for a cease and desist of fire, on Ukraine. But it which everything's gonna backfire on him. Putin ain't listening to him, and he ain't his friend. He ain't never was his friend. He was just Trump
Putin makes fun of
puppet.
him.
He was a puppet master.
now,
To,
so how does that relate to this question? Whereas Trump states that this supposed client list does not exist. It's
he's lying. It all goes back to him lying about the Russia, everything. Just like Max said about him blaming stuff on Clinton, Obama, any and everybody. He blamed Bill Barr, you know. So he's just an idiot. He ain't gonna take responsibility for nothing that he does. He's always gonna pass the buck to somebody else or throw them under the damn bus.
Like a true narcissist.
Patsy. What's your views?
Well, I'm gonna write off a part of what Timmy said is that Trump likes to play the blame game and not look at what Trump has done. He wants to distract everybody from what he's doing by saying, "Oh, this one did that and that one did this," and our we're falling back on what they did, and so we got to correct it, and we did this and we did that, and to fix the problem, but the problem came about because of his doing. So he don't like he and that's just a lifelong situation with Trump. It's like he grew up with not having responsibility or having consequences for his bad actions. So now as a grown ass man, he still acts like a child and throwing tantrums and distracting people with that blame game.
Okay. Bird, what's your views? According to Donald Trump, this supposed client list does not exist. This is something that Obama and Biden created.
I don't really know as much as everybody else, but it just sounds like cover up. It just sounds like bull, and one way or another, it comes out or it's going to disappear. And my vote is disappear.
Robert?
I'm so sorry that I got lost in the question, but I'm just gonna say,
I give you the question again.
yes, please.
According to Donald Trump, this supposed client list does not exist. He claims that both Obama and what's his name, Biden, brought about this speculation.
just like his friendship didn't exist with Epstein. Just like him saying Obama wasn't from here didn't exist. But he would come on one hand and say, no, 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 this is all a lie. And then on the other hand, he'll come out and tell you he was friends with Epstein, but he had to break his friendship because he started putting people in places that he didn't feel comfortable with. And he said, no, 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 you stop that. And then the second time he did it, he told him, our friendship's over. You can't believe a word that's coming out that man's mouth. He changed up to make everything benefit him for his game playing.
Okay. All right, Kiana, same question. According to Donald Trump, the supposed Epstein client list does not exist. He claims that both the Obama and Biden administration created said speculation. What do you say?
His MO is to distract. He's the one who was talking about the list. He was going to put the list out there. He was going to get people to put it out there. And now that he has the opportunity to, knowing that his name is all through there and other people who are the secret people behind, well, not the secret people, but the people who are behind what this administration is doing, the Heritage Foundation. There's a little bit of everybody on there. So he's not going to do it. So it's the bait and switch. Y'all got a sour lime.
Gregory, same question.
Let me get the question again so I can implement my answer into.
According to President Trump, the supposed client list does not exist. This is something both the Obama and Biden administration created.
Well, I don't know about him saying the list doesn't exist, but I'm pretty sure I heard him say his name isn't in these files and that he's never been on the plane and never been on the island. But he did say that Bill Clinton's been there several times. The
That's
Clintons have been there. Obama's
want
been
you.
there several times. So it's contradicting to say that he's saying that these things don't exist and then turning around and saying that. You get what I'm saying? So it's either which one. It's either he's saying that it exists and he wasn't on it, or he's saying that it didn't exist at all. Somebody's making up
He
a
was
lie. And it's
he
easy
was
to get a crowd to follow you if you don't know what's going on. And on top of that, like people keep saying, this is more deeper than Trump. This list has people that rule our country on it. You got the prince's names. You got the prince's name all up in that file. You get what I'm saying? Both of them. You got his wife's name all up in that file. You got Oprah. Once again, all these people that are in high positions that most likely run the shadow government.
Okay. Like I said, your own point tonight, nephew. I mean, like a lot of your perspectives, I'm inclined to agree with you to a certain extent. Tanya, what's your perspective?
yeah, but he was on the plane. He was on Epstein's plane with him, and after that was the plane he was doing his campaign in Epstein fucking plane.
Has joined the meeting.
Hey, Uncle T, I'm just quoting that man.
I
He's
got kicked out. I'm
innocent
sorry.
until proven guilty.
All right, Tanya has the floor right now. Tanya?
My take is that the list does exist. It's got high power people on it. It's got Democrats and Republicans on it. And I also state that every accusation is a confession.
Ooh.
Every time Trump says that he accuses somebody else of doing something, he actually has done it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's never, look at it this way, he's saying he never been on the plane, he never been on the island. How would he know how many times somebody else been on the island?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
He saw the files.
He saw the file. I was just about to say that. He said he
Yeah,
saw the files
yeah.
before he
He
said
saw
that.
the files, but he trying to keep it under wraps. He saw the files in May. Just look at this timeline. This timeline, this man ran on releasing the Epstein files. They get into office. The Pam Bondi says that the file is on her desk and she's going to be releasing it momentarily until she looked in it and saw Trump was all up in it. She told him in May that he was all up in the files. And then you see their whole commentation, what they say shift. It shift from, oh, there's not, it shift from we're going to release the files, have them people, have those podcasters come, those influencers come and give them empty folders saying that they got to find out that it's the list that's already been released.
Huh?
It's not the files, it's just the list of the flight log.
Mm-hmm.
Then they go from that to when he finds out he's in the list, he's telling everybody else, oh, we got to shift the narrative. We got to shift the narrative from this. Like that, just tell them there's nothing in the file. And when they came out and said there's nothing in the file, they looked all up in it and there's no there. That's when his base started flipping out because you ran on saying that you was going to release this. And now you said there's no there. What's really going on?
Well, we're going to find out some point.
The person that he put in charge of the FBI, the feds, he got his start from saying that the Democrats they was covering up something with the Epstein files. Now he gets up in there, him and his cohort, their whole attitude changed about not releasing the files. So you're right, there's a cover up going on. Trump is covering his ass. And his donors' asses.
Sean?
Trump's ass is on the line if he try to put them files out because Epstein's not really dead.
Sean, same question. According to President Trump, the supposed Jeffrey Epstein files does not exist. He said that this is something that the Obama and Biden administration brought about.
If Trump said it's got to be true.
I love it.
All right, so I'm gonna stay with you, Sean. I'm gonna give you question number 4. Woo, guys, we only on 4.
David, before you start question number 4, I actually pulled up a video of reporters asking Trump about the files. Do you want me to share it?
Put it in the chat.
Go ahead.
Just put it in the
Yep.
put it in the chat because we ain't got time for to show the videos. Worst case scenario, just send it to the send it in the thread.
I can tell you what was on it. Everything I've been saying tonight.
No. I don't want you to tell us what's on it. I want people to be able to view it on their own. And if we have time, Max, put a stop by that because if we have time, then I allow you to share it. Hold on. Let me try to actually I'm gonna read question number 4, but I'm gonna give y'all the option of skipping this question if you choose to. All right, question number 4. According to research, Jeffrey Epstein hobnobbed with lots of powerful people. Subsequently, this worked in his favor when dealing with the criminal justice system. Sean, what do you say? You want to take a shot at answering that question, or you want to pass?
I agree with it because I mean that circle, that's just how that part of the world and the group of people operate. They all, they either know each other intimately or they know each other by passing. That's the circle that the elite travels in.
Max, same question. Turn your mic on, Max.
The rich hang out, the elite hang out with the elite. I don't feel like everybody that knew him in traveled in the same circles and doing the same thing he was doing. But I do believe that because he wasn't really hiding a lot of what he was doing, they knew about it and kept their mouth shut.
You have a new message from Maxi Knight. Call an HTTP.
Go ahead, Max. It's just telling everybody what you said. Go ahead.
Yeah, I do believe that the elite hang out in the same circles. And I mean, they've showed pictures of him with the Clintons, with Oprah, with all those people.
The Minister of Conspiracy, computer audio muted, video on.
Sorry about that, Max. Go ahead, say that again.
I said I believe that the elite hang out with the elite. That doesn't make them guilty of doing everything that he did. But considering the fact that he didn't hide a lot of what he did, they knew about it and kept their mouth shut. But I strongly believe that Trump wasn't doing what he was doing. They were running together. They were doing the same thing. Because not everybody else, the Clintons didn't have any young girls saying that they SA'd them. Not everybody had the same charges.
That's not true. Look at Paul Walker.
Hold on, Gregory. You're gonna get a chance. Go ahead, Max.
No, not everybody did.
Maxi Knight has left the meeting. Maxi Knight has joined the meeting.
Go ahead, Max.
I don't remember Clinton ever having somebody underage saying that he raped her. Now, sexual conduct, yeah, he's had that.
Okay. Let's go to Gregory. According to research, Jeffrey Epstein hobnobbed with lots of powerful people.
He was rich.
That is not a joke. And for the Clintons, sorry about this, but Paul Walker, they say that he was killed. He didn't die in an accident because he was coming out to expose the Clintons and their Haiti Foundation, where these kids were going missing and being raped and stuff. So you got that whole thing going on. And they definitely was on the island too, bumping shoulders with this guy. So yeah, this dude's just somebody that knows people in high places, and I can see him faking his death.
Gianna, same question. Jeffrey Epstein hobnobbed with lots of powerful people. Subsequently, this helped him when navigating the criminal justice system. You want to answer or pass?
What's going on? I mean, can you repeat that?
According to research, Jeffrey Epstein hobnobbed with lots of powerful people. Subsequently, this helped him when dealing with the criminal justice system. What do you say?
Absolutely.
Okay.
They covered one of their own.
You got more? Kate?
They covered one of their own. That's it.
Okay. Robert, what do you say?
Well, Kiana said they cover one of their own, so I'll just say this. You are or you will become of your company that you keep around you, being good or evil.
I agree with that.
Ah.
Somebody's going to conform to somebody's way.
Patsy, what do you say?
Oh.
Turn your mic
Did
on.
you call?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, someone was just in the house for a minute. But yeah, what was the question again?
So again, according to research, Jeffrey Epstein hobnobbed with lots of powerful people. Subsequently, this helped him when navigating through the criminal justice system.
Yeah, he hung out with a lot of lot of elite folk, but that doesn't mean that everybody was doing the same thing he was doing. And he thought he just was because some of those elite people were with the Justice Department, he thought he was gonna get away with doing some crazy illegal stuff, and it didn't work his way.
They've been doing this for decades.
I know, but that's why I said it didn't work his way. You know, he thought he could get away with doing some criminal activity, but
For
he
centuries, Bird, centuries.
Yeah, man.
he ain't
Hold
been around centuries. He's been around for what, 50, 60
So they
years or
murdered
whatever
No,
him.
he's
I'm
been.
talking about the elites.
hold on.
How the rich and powerful been doing it, like you
That's
said,
what I'm
G.
saying. Can I get my thoughts
Go
out?
ahead, Patsy, finish.
He thought he could get away with a bunch of bull, but it didn't turn out the way he wanted it. So, and like I said before, when he got in jail, shit went down in jail. Oh, how it went where he ended up dead. So there you go.
Bird, what's your perspective?
Scapegoat.
B?
Yeah, I'm here. I kind of got, I don't know. Give me the question and I'm answering because then I got too much to
So
say. I guess.
no worries. According to research, Jeffrey Epstein hobnobbed with lots of powerful people.
Okay.
Subsequently, this allowed him to navigate the judicial system, basically.
He didn't navigate, he manipulated. He
That's
monopolized. He got them involved in some of this stuff where this is being used, this could be used later in the game. This is some Diddy shit, but this is some white Diddy shit. That's what they do. The elite go out.
Right.
They got fetishes, they got fantasies, regular sex ain't enough. Twosomes, threesomes ain't enough. Now you want little kids, you know what I mean? So this is some white political Diddy shit that isn't gonna come out just like Diddy shit ain't all coming out. Everybody don't want to see what's on them tapes. They got black. It's called a black file, basically. It ain't an Epstein file. There's black files on many powerful people out here in the world. We just ain't a part of that world to see
Yes,
it or to
sir.
know it. And those people that have those black files control a lot more than you think. They do control judges that got sexual fetishes with minors that went to Thailand or fetishes with little
Blackmail.
boys or there's just too much going on out here, and honestly, none of that affects me, and I don't. That's why I'm pretty much don't know much about none of that because I don't tend to even want to know about pedophilia and what they've been doing. I know it, but I ain't looking for it. So I just think, I mean, the people that know him, that hung out with him, they know what he was doing. Whether you were involved or not, you were involved just by knowing. You were involved just by being around someone that behaves that way. So you're in the game. Whether you do it or not physically, you're there, you know. Just like they knew R. Kelly, they knew Diddy. They're trying to take somebody down. They got these black files can come up, but they will disappear. Or people will start disappearing.
Tanya, what do you say?
I'll say yes, that it benefited him. I agree with some of what Bird said. Um, yeah, this is the whole thing just threw me for a loop. Like the question just went out of my head. I remember some of it. But yeah, I agree with what Bird's saying. It benefits him, and I have to make a correction too, like what Kiana corrected me on with Pam Bondi. She was the attorney general at that time. The person that I was talking about was the lawyer, and he actually did get away with a crime because of that. The first time he went to court, um, and they gave him that deal, and he only served that time only to come out and do it all over again. There are thousands of young ladies that him and his madam, because she was Madam Ghislaine, they ruined a lot of these young ladies' lives.
John, what's your perspective?
Question again, please.
Jeffrey was hobnobbing with lots of powerful people. Subsequently, this allowed him to uh, deal with the judicial system.
I thought I answered this question.
Man.
Yeah, yeah, I think that was the first one.
Okay, so let me give you the next question.
I didn't answer that question yet.
It's all right, Timmy. 60 seconds.
Now, when you do donations to these people's fucking fundraisers or their campaign,
Hello.
one hand is washing up. You seen it happen with the mob. The mob got a lot of people into power, so they figured that they can have control over them and get things done the way they want things to be done. And this is no different. Epstein's no different. He's a powerful man in TV, movie productions, and he do a lot of donations to people's funds, especially judges and high powerful Congress and representatives. He going put that money out there. You Easy did it. Easy done it. So yeah, it's about donating, giving up your money, and you can rub elbows with them, and then somehow you become part of their circle, and then they show you the way how to get the money, how they getting it. Now, if you cross them, they'll take it all away from your ass in a heartbeat.
Okay. All right, so women, ladies, please permit me to go to the guys first. Y'all hold tight. There's a method to my madness. Sean, coming right back to you. Like I said, question number 5. Was Jeffrey Epstein a big fish swimming in a small pond, or was he one of the monsters that Trump was referring to lurking in the swamps?
I'm gonna give you he was both. Is there really a either or?
Yeah, well, he could be both.
It was his island and his mansion that they was having all this fun on, so he had to be somebody of status. And as far as the monster goes, he just fed into the monster that was in a lot of them.
Okay. Fred, same question.
Say it again.
Was Jeffrey Epstein a big
Oh.
fish swimming in a small pond?
He was a big fish swimming in a big pond, and it was time to let drain the pond. Time to drain the pond and get rid of those bad fish. But there's a lot more people involved in this than you're gonna expect, than you're gonna like to see, you're gonna like to hear. And like I said, you're not gonna see none of this. This isn't gonna come out. Names aren't gonna be dropped. People aren't gonna be exposed. It died with him. Epstein, those files died with Epstein. Nobody else is trying to reveal this stuff but him. So the secret dies with him.
Gregory?
Can I get the question again?
All right. Was Jeffrey Epstein a big fish swimming in a small pond, or was he one of the monsters that Trump was referring to lurking in the swamp?
He's definitely one of the monsters, and on top of him being considered a CIA asset, do we know how he got his money? From being a financial advisor to these wealthy people. So he probably already had dirt on him. knowing his secrets, and then he opened up a what private school for little girls or something that probably was getting sexually assaulted too. It's craziness. So yes, he's a big monster in this big pond.
Okay. Robert?
So I go to say Donald Trump was this man's best friend. And I told you guys earlier, you are or you will become the company you keep. So Epstein is a monster in this swamp. Donald Trump whole cabinet and his friends that he keeps so close to him, they're part of the dredging of that swamp. And that's the real cleaning up a swamp. When you get rid of him, all his friends and his perverts.
Okay. Timmy, same question, 60 seconds or less.
Well, for me, I think that he, that he is exactly what everybody on the panel say he is. Those who know what type of person Donald Trump is.
Ladies. Kiana, still with us?
Yes,
Duchess?
I am.
All right, so the question is, was Jeffrey Epstein a big fish swimming in a small pond, or was he one of the monsters that Donald Trump was referring to lurking in the swamp?
Um, you know, fish swimming schools, which are multiple. So he knew
Mm-hmm.
he was swimming with the big bag sharks and knows where the bodies are and who did what to whom. So he was when he was talking about drain the swamp, he was talking about himself and people like him.
Hmm.
Or you could be saying that the swamp equivalent is getting rid of the people who would be in his way to do what he wanted to do.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like
I
it.
think I'll go with that.
Max, what do you say? Max, turn your mic on.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Well, Donald Trump said he was a monster in the swamp. Takes one to know one.
Mm.
And I believe, yes, he was a monster in the swamp, but he was also a damn liability.
Mm.
So he was running around like he was Julius Caesar. I'm the king of everything. I can do what I want. And when he became a liability in the future plans of what the other monsters in the swamp wanted, Mr. Brutus, Donald Trump, decided to stab him in his back.
Yeah. Patsy.
And get rid of the liability.
Oh, okay. Now you got another name. He's a Jew.
Michael
Oh,
Cohen.
yeah, he's Brutus.
Okay.
Michael Cohen.
Hold
Michael
on, Tim.
Cohen.
Hold on. Patsy.
Well, it is what it is, and Donald Trump and Epstein are two peas in a pod.
Yeah.
So they both, he was definitely a fish, but he was a big one of the bigger fishes, like a shark or um,
Rupert.
one of those bigger whales that could swallow you up whole.
Angelfish.
No, she said a whale. Tanya.
That is a whale. An angelfish is a whale.
Tanya, what's your views? Was Jeffrey Epstein
No, that's an
a,
orca.
you guys keep it together? Tanya, was Jeffrey Epstein a big fish swimming in a small pond, or was he one of the monsters that Trump was referring to lurking in the swamp?
I'm gonna have to agree with what Kiana said because she put it perfectly. That he was when he said he was draining the swamp, he was referring to himself and his cohorts, or getting the people out of the way that could stop him from doing what he's trying to do. And I'm going to add that him and Epstein, like she said, fishes swimming in schools, and so they all swam together. But I'm gonna add that they were also Pinocchios. And what I mean by Pinocchios, that they were being with Epstein, he was Pinocchio, and what's her name, Jolene, the girl, was his puppet master. With Trump, he's Pinocchio, and the people working behind the scenes are his puppet masters, just trying to get us to go back in time. And the foreign people, the leaders over in the other countries that are our adversaries, they are using him as a puppet as well to weaken America.
Right.
Okay, Tanya, hold tight. We just paste the bills. Okay, guys, this episode, like all the episodes, is sponsored and paid for by EmporiumPlus.org. Robbie, tell all the viewers where they can find EmporiumPlus.org and what they can find in the store.
Well, if you want to look like a Donald Trump color, we got some good orange t-shirts, sweatshirts, wherever you may want, bedspreads, towels. You can find all this and more at EmporiumPlus.org, where you will find all fashions. And I mean, you will find fashions in all our brands. And we forever, Adaptive Parish, S.A.M, SOS, support our sisters, Adaptive Parish, Ladies First, because I'm lost with this Donald Trump. And also some merch in EmporiumPlus.org. Plus, keep tuning into our platform, Still a Man podcast on YouTube, and enjoy all of what we have up there to offer. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe, please. Also, hit the like button. We appreciate you, and we look forward to new viewers.
Okay. All right, Tanya, come right back to you. Question number 6. According to research, Jeffrey Epstein was accused of Jeffrey Epstein was accused of procuring children for prostitution. Is it safe to say that his private island was a paradise for prominent predators? Got it?
Yes, it is safe to say his island was it was the Love Island. To do disgusting things to children.
More like Fantasy Island.
Got more tea?
No, it's disgusting.
No, it's Love Island.
It's disgusting. It's Predatory Island. That's what it is.
You thinking?
Okay, Patsy, what you say?
I'm gonna agree with Tanya. That island is a predatory island, and he maintained it for sick doings to young children and teenagers. They were innocent, and they took their innocence from these kids, especially the girls.
Okay. Matt, same question. According to research, Jeffrey Epstein was accused of procuring children for prostitution. Is it safe to say that his private island was a paradise for prominent predators?
Oh yeah, I believe that. That's why he used to throw those parties and he'd offer up girls to them, and yeah, he was a pimp basically.
Thank you.
Duchess, what you say? Turn your mic on, King. All right, I'll come back to her. Timmy, same question.
Yes, he see he ain't doing nothing that they haven't been doing for centuries. You know, you promise these girls fortune and fame, and then when you get them into this party and you woo them with the celebrities and the big name people that you know, and then you hit them with, I want you to go to this room with this senator or this judge or whoever it may be that is prominent or is already prominent. And I want you to sleep with them. And like Max said, is pimping, but it's modern day pimping because you have power and you have promises that you got vulnerable people, vulnerable young women that probably don't have nothing and struggling. And on the count that you're getting them from overseas, which explains that they are suffering and struggling. So you hitting them with these promises in America, which is supposed to be the land of opportunity and all that, and then you bring them here and you you know seduce them. You might buy them nice clothes and whatever, and they thinking this is the life. When in actuality, he just groomed you to pimp you to all his famous people that he knows.
Okay. Kiana, you with us?
Yes, I am.
All right, Duchess, I'm gonna give you the question. So, according to research, Jeffrey Epstein was accused for procuring children for prostitution. Is it safe to say that his private island was a paradise for prominent predators?
Yeah, it was a paradise for them and a hell island for the girls who were taken advantage of.
Hmm. Robert, same question.
Um, if I remember the question, my answer basically would be, say that question again. I want to answer this right.
According to research, Jeffrey Epstein was accused of procuring children for prostitution. Is it safe to say that his private island was a paradise for prominent predators?
Yeah, Predator Island. That's it. Predator Island. That's what it was. Predator Island.
Okay. Bird, what do you say?
I got lost on Bob. What is it again? Say it one more time.
It's
uh,
Predator Island.
so basically, Jeffrey Epstein was accused of procuring children for prostitution. Is it safe to say that his private island was a paradise for prominent predators?
Absolutely. I mean, there's really nothing else to say. Everybody's saying the same thing. I mean, that's what the island getaway was. What goes on the island stays on the island. But as smart as Diddy was, I'm sure there was recordings and he had names and it was all documented and all the predators thought they were safe and This was just, part of that blacklist, addition to the blacklist. Come to my island, you're in there. You're on it. So, yeah, definitely. Perv Island, not Predator Island, Pervert Island.
Gregory?
But once again, the nature of this is deep, yo. That island had ragged rocks on the beach so people couldn't run off of it. It had piranhas surrounding it. So even before that, the man owned a goddamn mansion that used to be a girls' school in Manhattan, where he was running like a private type of boarding school type app. I don't know exactly what it was, but he was getting these kids from overseas to come to America and live
Yep.
in his little mansion. So when you get into the
Florida and
deep,
Manhattan.
so you got Walt Disney, like I just told y'all earlier, he's showing you this stuff in the beginning of Peter Pan and stuff. The guy, the guy with the magic wand is telling you that they bring these kids to this island and they never grow up. You know why? Because these kids go over there and they get ill and raped and all types of stuff. They never come back.
That sounds like Peter Pan.
Mhm.
Sean, what's your views?
I'm on the same page as everybody else. It was a safe haven. It was a Disneyland, Carnival Cruise, Vegas, anything else, Aruba, Jamaica, wherever that people go to have a good time, that's where they went.
Don said what I was about to hit you with. It was like swearing these people into office where it's secrecy and you're never going to tell on these people that you're
Yep.
doing wrong with. So what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Well, at
Yes,
least
sir.
they believed it was to be, but it was eventually going to shine someday a light.
Sean, did you
Everything
have
that's
more?
done in the dark comes to light.
Sean, did you have more?
David.
Nope. Other than like what Robert just said, I think if the only thing that because people keep bringing reference to the Epstein and the Diddy situation, and I think the difference between the two is Diddy would have sang, and he had evidence on any and everything. Epstein just probably would have came up with just bits and pieces of individuals, and the individual at the time was our chief in office, and so that's the only reason why he's gotten up out of here, because Epstein would have been locked up like he was, and eventually been living, still living like a king, because they would have still been protecting him.
Max?
Yeah, I just wanted to share something with you. The few things that did come out about Epstein's Island was released in February of this year by Pamela Bondi, and it was basically incriminating just Jeffrey Epstein of sexual exploitation of only 250 underage girls at his homes in New York, Florida, and Virgin Islands. They only released 200 pages, but they held back, the Department of Justice held back 1,100 pages of evidence.
Because they said they was doing that in an attempt to protect the victims, just like the videos or the kiddie porn that they sieged from his dwellings.
Yeah, but they released that.
You know why?
She said they wasn't going to do that. When did they release that?
Released that in February of 2025.
They didn't release no kiddie porn. They didn't, because
I mean, they can't release the kiddie porn. It's against the law.
When she found out that Trump's name was in the file, they hired 1,000 more employees to go through those records, through those files, and flag anything that made reference to Trump.
Tanya, what they hired was specialists to be able to wash this and still make some type of sense without implicating Trump.
Just wait until y'all watch the video that Max just put in the group chat. where Trump is telling you that the Biden administration had these files and they was trying to implement him into the files.
We said that, but
He said that
yeah,
in that same thing that Max just said.
we that's why I told you that's why I told you to watch the video. But hold on, Max, I'm gonna stay with you. So
No,
y'all
I sent it just so you could see it.
mm-hmm.
It's distraction.
I alluded it, y'all, excuse me, y'all alluded to this question actually earlier. So this is question number 7, I believe. Question number 7. Y'all gonna like this one. According to President Trump, he has never visited Jeffrey Epstein's private
Yeah,
island.
he said that.
However, he claims that Bill Clinton visited said island 28 times. Is this his way of shifting the blame? What do you say,
Mm-hmm.
Max?
Of course.
Okay. Because we so that's it's a yes or no answer like Max just did. So for everybody, because we already covered this, but that is
Yeah,
one
I
question.
told you every accusation is a confession.
So that's your answer, Tanya. Patsy, what do you say? Is Trump trying to shift the blame by naming Bill Clinton?
Of course.
Oh, of course he is. And how does he know this? If he didn't go there himself? Hello.
Kiana, what do you say? Turn your mic on, Duchess. All right, Robert, what do you say?
Yes.
Same question, Donald Trump.
I said yes.
All right, Sean.
Of course.
Bird, what do you say? Yes or no?
Absolutely yes.
Timmy?
Why Clinton been there 28 times. Larry Sanders from Harvard, he been there. I don't know if he been there or not, but I heard he been there.
Gregory, what do
Yep.
you say?
And you said, is he trying to shift the focus off himself?
Yes.
I would say not, because everybody's trying to accuse him of being on these lists. So then when he goes ahead and defends himself, now he's shifting the focus. That is craziness.
He can defend himself by releasing the files.
That's all.
He tells you
That'll
in that
sum it
video
all
that
up.
he
That'll
already
sum it all
advocated
up.
for it. Now it's up to the FBI and the DOJ. You know why the
He's
FBI is
lying.
not releasing it?
He's lying
Because he's
Whatever
because
you
in
he
it.
say. So
want
you
them.
believe whatever you want to believe when somebody else is saying it, but then when he says something, he's just always lying.
He
That
does.
makes a lot of sense.
Left the meeting.
Gregory, how about this? Question number 8. Question number 8, staying with you, Jake. You got the floor. Okay, so question number 8 is, according to research, Jeffrey Epstein's brother, Mark Epstein, claims that Donald Trump is involved in a government cover-up that both resulted in his brother's arrest and death. However, he claims the government's lies will not withstand the truth. What do you say? You agree or disagree with Mark?
I don't agree with this guy. Never heard of him until after Jeffrey Epstein died. So it's just kind of funny that he's coming out to place all this blame on the president, knowing that there's a whole bunch of people that's against the president.
Okay. Bert, what do you say?
What was the question?
Epstein's brother
Knight has joined the meeting.
Epstein's brother claims that Donald Trump is involved in a cover-up that resulted in both his brother's arrest and death. However, he claims that this government cover-up will not withstand the truth.
He absolutely had a lot to do with his brother dying and going to jail. But again, these names ain't coming out regardless of who got the tape. If the FBI got it, the FBI works for the government. Trump is the government. It's just not going to happen. I mean, wake up. We're going to go through this conspiracy theory for the next whatever years. The secrets died with Epstein.
Robert, what do you say?
Shit, I got lost in the question, but I'm just gonna agree
I'm
with
gonna
the
give you the
panel.
question again. According to Jeffrey Epstein's brother Mark, he claims that Donald Trump is involved in a governmental cover-up that resulted in both his brother's arrest and death. However, Mark claims that the government's lies will not withstand the truth.
That's right, because as I watch him talk, this man took a break out of his brother's life for a period of years, but still so-called kept in touch with his brother through emails and phone conversations. While he was around, Donald Trump was always in the picture with his brother, going to the office. All the people that worked in the office with Epstein, they remember Donald coming over there many a times, maybe a couple of times a week, every week. So there's nothing you're going to be able to erase out of someone's memory or the ones that secretly recorded him.
Okay. Robert, Timmy, what do you say?
I agree with Robert. There's nothing that they gonna. Somebody got the truth. Somebody got files and receipts, right? So they can hold on to it until time is right and hit him with it, and there's nothing he can do about it. But you know, whatever they come out with, it's gonna damage him either way. Because as polls shows, he's down under 50. Some polls he's under 40. So what he's gonna do now is try to, avoid this Epstein thinking people, but he got 11 goddamn Republicans and probably more that wants this Epstein file to be public, and he don't want it to become public, and so he's trying to push people out to get people in there that's gonna cover for him.
Sean, what do you say?
Definitely, definitely. Give me the question one more time. I'm sorry. I want to answer
No worries.
correctly.
No worries. So basically, Jeffrey Epstein's brother is saying that Donald Trump is part of a cover-up that brought about both his brother's arrest and death. He's saying that the government's lies will not withstand the truth. You agree or disagree with him?
I believe those statements, whether they were made or not by someone, because of what we've been saying all night long, that this man went down. Everything was, and I'm going to use the word fine, but not fine in the sense of what the crime was this and the other, but everything was okay as long as he kept his mouth shut and wasn't going to be a threat of exposing anything. And because Donald Trump was in the space that he was in, he didn't take that chance. Because again, he's one of those that's got to control the narrative or something. And so the truth will. We don't even know what the truth is. We don't even know what truth we even looking for. We just know that whatever comes out, it's going to come out. And again, like I said before, what is that going to do for us in the state that we're in right now? These files don't mean absolutely jack diddly squat.
All right, ladies, let me give you the same question. And the question is, according to research, Jeffrey Epstein's brother Mark claims that Donald Trump is involved in a governmental cover-up that resulted in both his brother's arrest and death. However, he claims that the government's lies will not withstand the truth. Duchess, turn your mic on.
It's on.
All right, it's on you.
What exactly is the question? You just made
So,
a
do you
statement.
agree or disagree with him?
That is a cover up. Yes. Do I agree that it will come out? Yeah, 50 years down the line, but I don't think anything's gonna come out.
Okay. Max, what you say? You agree or disagree with Mark Epstein?
Mark Epstein is talking as if his brother had no culpability, sort of. So that part I believe is bullshit. I really just, as culpable as Donald Trump. And I think just like they did with Bill Cosby and Diddy and R. Kelly and Epstein and everybody else, when they feel like it's time to take him down, it'll come out.
Okay. Patsy, you agree or disagree with Epstein's brother Mark?
Well, I'm not sure how he feels like, but I do agree that Trump does have something to do with his death and his arrest. But I also believe Trump was doing a lot of the same BS that Epstein was, and down the line when he actually gets out of that office, the FBI will jump all over his ass like a hot potato.
They're gonna try.
Believe it,
They're gonna try.
believe it, Patrick, believe
And
Yeah, he
Patrick,
said he was in hot water with all the stuff that he was dealing with. What in between the term now and the last term, those 4 years in between. Oh, he's gonna feel the heat when he gets out of office. And these charges will not only stick, but I could almost guarantee his behind will end up in jail.
Okay. Tanya?
I'm gonna say that I agree with the brother's statement that it's a cup that he is trying to cover up something, but I'm gonna say I don't think that he was talking as if his brother had no accountability or what his brother did. Like when I heard him speak, he spoke as if he knew his brother was guilty, but he just wants to know what happened to his brother. Like who murdered him? Because he believes that he was murdered. Like any family member would want to know what happened to their relative.
Oh yeah, by his own damn friends.
Yeah.
And when you want a family member to come out and say he was brutally murdered if he faked his death?
What?
Hold tight. So, Robbie, what was you trying to say?
no, I just sighed because I don't believe that conspiracy. I believe that they silenced
Yeah.
this man and they silenced him for a reason because he was implicating big time players and they cannot have that on their face of the United States of America. There's probably over 100 politicians, maybe 50 or 20 lawyers or whatever that was all caught up in this. It's going to give a black eye and then some to America.
Okay, so hold on real tight, y'all, because we got two more questions. And this question, I just want a yes or no. Do you agree or disagree? And Robert, I'm gonna stay with you. You guys have been alluding to this all night long. According to Proverbs birds of a feather flock together. So does that mean that all of Jeffrey Epstein's acquaintances, friends, business partners should be labeled sexual deviants? Robert, what do you say?
I'm gonna say not all of them. If they really didn't know the closed doors sly shit that was going on, the secrets and stuff. Some of them truly thought they were just doing business, and most of it was definitely legal. So I'm not gonna say every person that they named on they went over there and had sex with a minor, because you gotta remember Epstein's ladies, his liking, and I'm gonna throw in the Donald. They had a grouping. 14 to 18-year-old girls and 18 to 25-year-old girls. That was their preference. So someone liked the 14 to 18 more than the 18 to 25. But I just believe that not all of them are caught up in it. Some of them were just business deals. But the ones who definitely partake or knew about it, they're guilty like him.
Bert, what do you say? You agree or disagree? Birds of a feather flock together, so all of them was equally guilty. They all sexual deviants.
I don't want to say again, like Bob said, everybody, but if you knew about it, you're a part of it and didn't do anything about it. You knew what you saw was wrong. You knew what you was there was wrong, and you didn't do nothing about it. You're just as guilty by conspiracy. So, yeah, they're all involved because they all know they ain't stupid. He's been doing this for too long. This isn't new. So
Mhm.
this is where I'm confused right now. This is not new what he's been doing. So yes, they're all in on it.
Timmy, what do you say?
Run the question by me again, because
So they say birds of a feather flock together. So does that mean that all of Epstein's friends and business partners should be labeled sex offenders, sexual deviants?
of course, because if you dare done the crime, then you are part of the damn crime. Especially if you don't speak out on it. But let's get one thing straight. Just because you be at a gathering or a party of any type of big name person, personality, right? That doesn't mean that you are participating in the after party because you know it's the party, then the after party. Then there might be an after party after that, which we all know most time after party is fucking getting busy, carry on extra. And some people have to work harder to get to the ass or whatever. But you know, we know the after party is the after party when things are supposed to go down. And you know, some now if you doing business with like senators and stuff like that, you know, some of them ain't into the drug game. So they those people are there early. But the ones that are into the drugs and cocaine or whatever they indulge in, they gonna be at the after party. You dig? So that's why I was saying you got to just because somebody just the same with it, just because they were there at the actual party doesn't mean they were involved in the after party.
I say less. Gregory, same question.
You got gangs, fraternities, and cults. These people, these people have been worshiping Baal for the longest. So you got this going on for centuries. And same people are in power. And this man that was having people get on these flights, they already knew what they was getting into before they even got to the party. Because they was getting massages from underage women on the plane. You get what I'm saying? So then when you go to this island that you know nobody can really escape from unless they're getting on a plane again, what are you even going there for? You get what I'm saying? So yeah, those birds of a feather all flock together.
Sean, what do you say?
Hit me with the question again, please.
So they Proverbs state that birds of a feather flock together. So does that mean we should label all of Epstein's business partners and friends sexual deviants?
No, because not all of them were probably participated in that. They may have known what was going on, but I can't say if they all did what everyone else was doing. So I wouldn't do that. I've never been one for labeling people because they hung out with certain individuals.
Okay. Hold tight, Sean. Whoever, Gregory, mute your phone.
That's not me.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys the last question, Sean. I'm gonna stay with you.
Okay.
Everybody mute your
What about us for that question?
You didn't ask the women nothing.
I'm sorry, ladies. I'm sorry. I'm trying to, some people was long-winded. I'm sorry. I thought I asked you guys that question.
No, you did
You
not.
didn't ask us nothing.
All right. We got 5 minutes, please.
Oh man.
I thought I asked you, ladies, but we got
Nope.
less than 5 minutes. So again, birds of a feather flock together. So should we label Epstein's partners and friends sexual deviants?
I'm gonna agree with Gregory. If you go onto the island, those birds of a feather flock together. You know what you're getting into.
Okay. Again, my apologies, ladies. Tim, excuse me.
Bird has left the meeting.
Patsy.
Yep, I sure do agree with that. Maybe not everybody that came to party that was in his close circle knew about it. If you were just on the brink of the outer circle, you might not have been going for that. But that inner circle, y'all knew that y'all were in with the birds of the prey. So yeah.
Okay, Max.
Only the elite.
Timmy.
Timmy, you have the answer.
No. Max. Max, turn your mic on. Duchess, you still with us?
Okay, here I am.
All right, Max. Birds of a feather flock together. So does that mean that we should label all of Epstein's partners, business partners, and friends sexual deviants?
No, because not everybody has the same level of intimacy.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with Timmy when he said, like a lot of people have been to a Diddy White party, but not everybody's been to the freak off.
Mm-hmm.
And
All
I
right.
believe that's the same with Epstein.
All right, I'm gonna give you all right, so I'm gonna go to ladies. Tanya, I'm gonna come to you last, all right? So get ready. So who we got? Gianni, you still with us?
She's here.
Yes,
All right, Gianni, answer that last question.
I agree with Robert and Bird and even Max. Like, yes, there are certain people who are more guilty than others. I do believe that
All right, Kiana.
magnetize each other, and so that you are attracted to who does what you who believes in what you believe and who acts the way you act, but not everybody you let into your inner circle for things.
All right, Kiana, I'm gonna hit you with the 10th question, the last question of the night. Um, so everybody listen up. So according to research, Ghislaine Maxwell is currently serving a 20-year prison sentence for sex trafficking. Is she a vile villain or a easy victim? Fall guy, basically.
I mean, she's very much um she's not no damn victim. She's the fall person, but she's very much as guilty as he was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you for participation and your insight. Matt, same question, beloved.
That's guilty. She's not the only one that should be in there, but she's guilty.
Okay, thank you for your participation and your insight. Patsy, same question.
Yeah, she's guilty. She might not be the only Patsy, but she's the top Patsy.
I like that. No pun intended. Thank you for your participation.
That's true.
All right, we're gonna go to the guys now. Timmy, same question, 60 seconds.
Of course she's guilty. And she she just she's just part of the bigger plot of their cool game that they're playing.
Okay. Robert, same question.
Yes, she's guilty. And let me leave you viewers with this. Pay attention to what you hear and see through this Donald Trump and Epstein um, files. Because Donald Trump, on one hand, he told you that he'd never been to this island. And on the other hand, this key word is if he was to be asked, it would have been a privilege.
Hmm. Okay, thank you for your participation and your insight. Gregory, what do you say?
Because he would have told, but these people once again, what's her name, Madam Giselle? Her father,
Ghislaine.
Uh,
Italian,
Ghislaine,
excuse me, her father, excuse me,
Ghislaine,
Israeli. Uh, Let me finish what I'm saying. Israeli, Brazil. Her name, whatever her name is.
Ghislaine.
Her father is an Israeli mobster. You get what I'm saying? And then she had a mentor by the name of Mother Teresa, who was also caught up in sex trafficking and all types of inhumane things. And then they hung with Dr. Fauci and other kinds of evil people. The Pope. You see, do you see where I'm going with this? So her being implemented as a fall person is just totally out of it. They hang with that lady that does the spirit cooking thing. So I don't want to hear that. She's just as bad as that dude. If not worse, his handler.
Okay, thank you for your participation and your insight. Sean, what's your perspective? Ghislaine Maxwell is serving a 20-year prison sentence for her sex trafficking. Is she a vile villain or a victim?
He was a willing participant. Um, she's never been a victim because of what her background was before even getting with Epstein. Um, and as far as being, um, as I heard somebody say, a patsy or a scapegoat,
Mm-hmm.
it's only coming down to her because she's the only one alive.
David,
Hmm.
keep me deep.
Okay. Tanya, let me say this before I go to you. Give you the same question. According to research, Delane Maxwell is currently serving a 20-year prison sentence for sex trafficking.
From
Is she
to everyone,
a
and I gotta go. I'm not feeling
villain,
It's been a
or
long
is
day.
she a
Too much red
victim?
messages from
She's
Maxwell
a
to everyone.
she's a vile villain
I'm not
because
feeling well. It's
she
been a
was
long
part
day.
of
He
the
said six to
she
focus
was
on
the
pop out
puppet
for
master.
one day.
It was her contacts, his money, her contacts, and she assaulted the young ladies as well. And she had the girls recruit younger girls to
Unread
come into the
messages.
fold. So she's a vile villain.
Okay. Well, say this in closing, ladies and gentlemen. As always, stay tuned. And for all you foul, evil, bad people, you reap what you sow. God bless y'all. This has been the Still a Man podcast show. See you next week.